Hoaxes have plagued the internet for as long as the web has been around. From 4chan telling people to go bald for Bieber after a cancer diagnosis, he didn't have cancer, all the way to articles saying Microsoft had purchased the Roman Catholic Church, they absolutely didn't. There will always be some sort of room for hoaxes on the internet, whether you like it or not. So, today we are going to look into the fascinating world of internet hoaxes. Before we hop into the video, I just wanted to let you know to keep going. I see a lot of normalization of grinding yourself to the bone and essentially running on fumes for your day-to-day life. It's okay to take a step back and relax a bit. At the end of the day, your mental health is very important, so make sure that you're taking care of yourself. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, enough of my blabbering, let's hop in today's video. In the depths of the internet, a strange and mysterious figure appeared, inserting himself into the minds and dreams of individuals across the globe. This man, a mysterious entity with a rather interesting face, allegedly appeared in the dreams of thousands since 2006. The story begins with a website called SeenThisMan, curated by Italian sociologist and marketer Andrea Nutella. According to the website, the origin of this man can be traced to a New York City psychiatrist patient in 2006. This patient, plagued by recurring dreams featuring this unfamiliar man, sought out the assistance of their therapist as to who or what this could be. Surprisingly, another patient of the same psychiatrist recognized the sketch of this man, claiming to have encountered him in their own dreams. This revelation prompted the psychiatrist to share the image with colleagues, leading to additional accounts of people recognizing this man. This man's role within these dreams ranged from being somewhat of a guardian and protector, all the way to a frightening or intrusive presence. Curiosity began to peak around all corners of the internet as people sought to uncover the truth behind this man. In an interview with Vice Media, site creator Andrea Nutella revealed his personal connection to the entity. Nutella recounted dreaming of this man himself, who supposedly wanted him to create a website dedicated to unraveling the mystery surrounding his appearance. Thus, thisman.org was born. This interview set off an avalanche of curiosity. The internet practically erupted with speculation. The tale gained significant traction in 2009, propelling the website's views into the millions and flooding Nutella's inbox with a surge of emails from individuals eager to share their encounters with this man. The story was reaching such heights that comedians such as Tim Heidecker publicly expressed his unease, declaring that this man was scaring the shit out of me. However, skepticism began to emerge as whispers of a possible hoax began to surface. Internet users on forums and blogs questioned the authenticity of this man, suspecting a clever marketing ploy. Further investigation into the website's domain revealed a connection to a company known as guerrillamarketing.it, a self-proclaimed fake advertising agency specializing in provocative hoaxes and peculiar art projects. The truth behind this man was finally exposed when Nutella himself confessed to the hoax. After admitting that he had fabricated the entire story, Nutella revealed that he based the original sketch of this man on a photograph of his own father from his youth. Inspired by the concept of dream invasion, which he encountered in various movies and books, Nutella sought to explore the immense power of the internet to craft and share these myths and urban legends. Even now knowing the whole thing was a hoax, the tale remained. Memes mocking the flyers of this man flooded the internet, and references to him appeared in films, TV shows, and even manga series. In the end, Ever Dream This Man became a very interesting example of what happens when people just take information at face value and run with it. It's very important, especially nowadays, to do your due diligence when you see some extraordinary claims online. In the vast landscape of the early internet, where the lines of truth and deception were rather blurred, you even see that now, one peculiar website emerged as a dark and mysterious phenomenon. Bonsai Kitten, a website that provided instructions on raising a kitten inside a jar, captured the attention of many and incited a firestorm of controversy. Behind this dubious creation was an MIT student hiding behind the alias of Dr. Michael Wong Chang, who had meticulously orchestrated a tale that both fascinated and repulsed many people. The website's premise was as shocking as it was grotesque. It claimed that through careful manipulation and confinement, the bones of young kittens could be molded into the shape of the jar, echoing the artistry of bonsai plant cultivation. BonsaiKitten.com featured disturbing images of kittens trapped within these glass containers, presented as living examples of this morbid art form. Dr. Chang, the alleged mastermind, defended his creation as a satirical critique of society's commodification of nature. It was also later revealed that cubed watermelons served as an inspiration for the website's creator. I don't know how you can look at some cubed watermelons and think, I want to make a website consisting of putting cats into jars and molding their skeletons to fit said jar, but that's just me. What started as the creator making a statement quickly led to a very interesting story in internet vigilantism and justice. Animal rights organizations like the Michigan Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or the MSPCA, were flooded with complaints from horrified individuals who believed the website to be real. The MSPCA, while acknowledging the website's content as likely fabricated, voiced concerns that it could incite violence towards animals, amplifying the moral panic surrounding Bonsai Kitten. The initial spark that ignited the wildfire of condemnation came when BonsaiKitten.com was featured as the cruel site of the day on Cruel.com on December 22nd of 2000. Also, for some reason, Wikipedia says it was featured on October 30th of 2000, but I haven't found anything that supports this. Maybe it was featured twice, but I'm only seeing it on December 22nd. Moving on though, the public outcry prompted Cruel.com to swiftly remove its links to the controversial website, recognizing the brewing storm. Nonetheless, the cat was already out of the bag. Bad time? Okay. These cruel photos of these cats began to ring around all corners of the internet, triggering an avalanche of complaints to prominent animal rights organizations, such as the Animal Welfare Institute and the Humane Society of the United States. Animal rights groups swiftly denounced Bonsai Kitten as a cruel and disturbing practice, asserting that it was nothing more than a vile hoax. They addressed the mounting public concern, clarifying that there was no evidence to support the existence of these supposed bonsai kittens. However, the commotion persisted, with activists condemning the website for creating an atmosphere of viciousness towards animals, regardless of the fictional nature. As the controversy escalated, the FBI began to bring itself into the picture, announcing an investigation into the matter. The prosecution of the website under a law signed by Bill Clinton in 1999 signaled the severity with which authorities approached the situation. Animal activists endorsed and welcomed the FBI's involvement wholeheartedly, hoping for a swift resolution to what they deemed an appalling display of animal abuse. However, their quest for justice was met with opposition from certain users online who criticized the government's heavy-handed intervention. The FBI's pursuit forced BonsaiKitten.com to change its hosting providers frequently, desperately trying to evade the legal ramifications. Each relocation only served to prolong the controversy as animal rights activists continually pursued the site, lodging complaints with every move. Mirrored copies of the website further worsened the situation, essentially ensuring that the content remained accessible. This, of course, fueled online discussions about its nature and impact. It seemed like there was no end in sight for this. Despite the persistent efforts of animal rights groups to expose Bonsai Kitten as a satirical hoax, the website's legacy pressed on. The unsettling context and presentation of the site's content continued to provoke emotional responses, particularly from those unfamiliar with the fact that it was satirical and a hoax. Even years after its creation, petitions circulated to shut down the website or complain to its internet service provider, a testament to the long-lasting impact of this website. While animal rights activists fought to get this website taken down, the legacy of Bonsai Kitten lives on even to this day. In the late 1990s, a remarkable online person emerged, captivating the hearts and minds of internet users worldwide. Kaycee Nicole, a sunny blonde teenager, made her presence known on collegeclub.com, a popular website at the time. With her engaging personality, athletic prowess, and her battle against terminal leukemia, Kaycee quickly became an inspirational figure to countless individuals seeking comfort and connection online. But what began as a seemingly genuine tale of bravery and resilience would soon unravel, exposing a web of deceit and manipulation. The true identity behind Kaycee Nicole was not that of a courageous young woman fighting for her life, but that of a middle-aged woman named Debbie Swenson. The story of Kaycee Nicole traces its origins to a small town in Gracemont, Oklahoma, where Kelly Burke, Debbie Swenson's daughter, and her friends created the initial concept of this fictitious persona. Together, they devised a backstory and established a webpage featuring photos of a local high school basketball player, lending credibility to their creation. However, Debbie didn't put an end to the children's persona building when it was discovered. Instead of putting an end to the ruse, she assumed the identity of Kaycee and began to actively portray the teenage leukemia patient. This decision marked a turning point, as Swenson fully embraced the character, breathing life into Kaycee and perpetuating the illusion with terrifying commitment. Kaycee Nicole's online presence expanded, attracting a devoted following on collegeclub.com. She effortlessly forged connections with other users, even volunteering her time to assist with administrative tasks on the site. Kaycee's charisma and charm swooned many, and her story of hope and survival resonated deeply with those seeking inspiration. In August of 2000, Kaycee Nicole's influence reached new heights when she and an online friend named Randall von der Wanning launched a blog called Living Colors. This blog became a platform for Kaycee to share her daily struggles with leukemia, chronicling her experience in vivid detail. The entries, written either by Kaycee herself or her mother, Debbie, painted a picture of courage, optimism, and unwavering determination. Unfortunately, this blog has since been deleted and removed, and since you can request to have certain domains excluded from the Internet Archive, there are no archives of this blog that I can source. I would absolutely love to be corrected on this, though. If there is anything out there, let me know in the comments. I want something. Some type of archive would be great. Carrying on though, viewership of the blog skyrocketed as millions flocked to the site to get more insights into Kaycee's battle. The impact of her narrative extended far beyond the internet, with readers sending heartfelt cards, gifts, and messages of support. The outpouring of love and solidarity was a testament to the profound impact Kaycee Nicole had on many. Tragedy supposedly struck, though, in April of 2001, when it was revealed that Kaycee's liver was failing, adding a sense of urgency to her followers' desire to meet her in person. Randall von der Wanning, one of Kaycee's closest online friends, insisted on visiting her, eager to cement their bond. However, before he could make the journey, he received a devastating call from Debbie Swenson on May 15th of 2001. In tears, she informs him that Kaycee had unexpectedly passed away from an aneurysm the day before. The news of Kaycee Nicole's untimely demise echoed across the internet, provoking an outpouring of grief and expressions of condolences from her devoted readers. Obituaries, both short and long, were penned on personal blogs, and the story of her tragic loss spread like wildfire. It seemed that the bright light of Kaycee Nicole had been extinguished, leaving a void in the hearts of those who had come to love and admire her. However, a growing sense of doubt and skepticism began to ripple in the online community. Blogger Sandra Mitchell, driven by a sliver that there was something amiss, took it upon herself to investigate the integrity of Kaycee's identity. Inconsistencies and unanswered questions started to emerge, casting doubt on the authenticity of the beloved person. Mitchell's suspicions gained traction, and discussion erupted on platforms like Metafilter. Internet investigators meticulously pieced together fragments of information, revealing a startling revelation. The existence of Kaycee Nicole was nothing more than an elaborate hoax, masterminded by none other than Debbie Swenson. The truth behind the facade was unveiled on May 20th of 2001, when Debbie Swenson confessed to performing the act. She admitted that Kaycee had never existed, that the photos were of an unrelated basketball player, and that the blog entries were either her own or a collaborative effort between her and her daughter, Kelly. The revelation sent shockwaves through the internet, leaving many feeling betrayed, heartbroken, and understandably angry. Debbie Swenson's motives for Kaycee Nicole's persona remained uncertain. Some speculate that she sought validation and attention and maybe an escape from her own reality. Others believe that she genuinely believed she was providing solace and inspiration to those who needed it, albeit through a manufactured identity. Regardless of her intentions, the consequences of her actions were far-reaching, shattering the trust and emotional connection forged by countless individuals who had placed their faith in Kaycee Nicole. The legacy of Kaycee Nicole lives on, but not as a symbol of resilience, but as a disturbing reminder that even when you think you know someone, there's always something that they might be hiding. In the wake of the devastating September 11th attacks of 2001, a photograph emerged on the internet that would intrigue and confuse people around the world. The image depicted a tourist standing on the observation deck of one of the Twin Towers, seemingly oblivious to the imminent danger behind them, a passenger plane hurtling towards the building. This photograph, which later became known as the tourist guy photo, would go on to spark a frenzy of speculation and controversy. The tourist guy photo surfaced shortly after the 9/11 attacks, claiming to be an authentic snapshot captured mere moments before the tragedy unfolded. The image immediately captured the attention of the public, who were drawn in with the eerie juxtaposition of a seemingly ordinary tourist and the impending disaster. Questions began to emerge though. Who was this tourist? How did he manage to capture such a haunting image? And most importantly, was it genuine? Initial scrutiny of the photograph began to raise several red flags. Hoaxopedia, an online encyclopedia dedicated to debunking hoaxes, compiled a list of inconsistencies that shattered the image's credibility. One glaring discrepancy was the clothing of the tourist, who appeared to dress in heavy winter clothing, despite the pleasant weather on September 11, 2001. Furthermore, the observer would have had to been situated on the South Tower's observation deck, but it was the North Tower that was struck first, rendering the timing of the photograph to be questionable. It's also worth mentioning that the only tower that had an outside observation deck was the South Tower. So unless this guy snuck up there, it's safe to assume that he was on the South Tower. A deeper examination of the image revealed further inconsistencies. The plane depicted in the photo was that of an American Airlines flight, while it was a United Airlines Flight 175 that crashed into the South Tower. The type of aircraft also showed discrepancies with the photo, showing a Boeing 757 instead of the actual Boeing 767s involved in the attacks. There were also obvious shadow and color disparities within the image that suggested digital manipulation, further casting doubt on the authenticity of this image. The unraveling of the origins reached its turning point when two individuals claimed to be the actual tourists depicted in the image. Brazilian businessman Jose Penteado initially stepped forward, gaining media attention and even an offer to star in a commercial. However, his claim was soon pushed to the side by another contender, Peter Guzli, a 25-year-old Hungarian man. Guzli asserted that he was the true person behind the photo and did the digital editing. Guzli shed light on the origins of the image, but it also raised further questions. Why did he alter the photo? And how did it gain widespread circulation if it was meant to be a private joke? Guzli offered an explanation, stating that he never anticipated the photo would be spread so rapidly across the internet. He provided a series of related photographs, including the original undoctored image as evidence of his involvement. While that does sound like the end of the story, the internet does what the internet does best: make memes of the situation. The tourist guy became a widely recognized figure, digitally inserted into numerous historical and fictional catastrophic events. If there's ever one thing for certain, you can always count on the internet to put you into some wild scenarios. The tourist guy photo remains an intriguing artifact, serving as a reminder of how easily just sending a single image can lead to a can of worms being opened that one might not be able to close. While the internet has so much power for good, Hoaxes are something that have become an unfortunate byproduct of our interconnected world. As we make our way through this digital landscape, it's our responsibility to ensure that we approach every piece of information with a critical eye, no matter how small. By doing this, we can foster a stronger online community that has truth prevail, as opposed to deceit and deception. Before we hop into the end segment, I would like to have the little patron scroll. Obviously, you don't have to do this, but it's so kind and it's so generous for all of you. Thank you so much for supporting my weird little videos on the internet. It means so much to me. Thank you all. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, why not like and subscribe? It definitely helps me out. If you didn't though, why not dislike and let me know what I can improve on for next time. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you on the next one.